there are situations where a lot of the big insurance companies, think all the ones you see on TV, have coverage that has a lot of holes in it. And what I mean by that is there's exclusions for certain things. So for example, with some of those companies, if I'm driving the car and I have my wife and my kids in the car and I fall asleep at the wheel and run into a bridge abutment and injure everybody in the car, there's no coverage. There's no coverage. Why? Because we're all related. We're members of the same family. And there's no coverage for family members when one of the family members injures the others. Now, who do you ride around in a car with more than anybody else usually? Your family. And the irony of that situation is if I'd have picked up a hitchhiker 2 miles back and they're sitting in the back seat, the hitchhiker's covered because he's in my car. So the hitchhiker gets full coverage, my family members get none. Now, does that make any sense? No. But that's an exclusion in a lot of these policies, and they will tell you it's because, it's to cut down on fraud, because only family members commit fraud together. You wouldn't do it with your buddy. You'd only do it with a family member. So they call it inter-family exclusions. There's another situation. If you're in a job where you are out among traffic, so you're a construction worker on the road, you're a first responder, police, fire, where you find yourself out on highways, out in traffic where there's a potential for you to get hit by a car, are you covered? Because some policies will say, well, you have workers' comp because you're on a job, so there's no coverage under your auto policy. But if you're out walking your dog and you get hit by a car, you're covered under your uninsured, underinsured coverage. Because uninsured, underinsured coverage covers you, not your car, it covers you. So if you're hurt by a car, you're covered. So there are companies that will cover you, and there's companies that won't cover you. Why would you pick a company that's not going to cover you when you're doing your job? Pick the company that's going to cover you. Another situation that comes up, if you drive another vehicle for work, I don't care what you are. If you're driving a taxi cab, a police cruiser, a fire engine, a company truck, a service truck, whatever, if you're driving another vehicle as part of your job and you get injured in a crash, are you covered under your policy? Because some policies will say, well, no, we only cover you if you're in your car. Well, if you're spending most of your day and most of your miles in somebody else's car, what's the coverage? Because your employer is probably not spending money to buy good uninsured, underinsured motorist coverage that's going to protect you, because that costs them more money. So again, a company that provides coverage for you driving a vehicle you drive normally for work versus a company that won't provide coverage for you while you're driving your company vehicle, which one should you choose?